Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm working on these frames here. I promised you guys I'd show you what I was going to do with these when I picked them up. I'm trying to keep up with some of these projects. These are not Valentine related or anything, but I want to get them done so I don't put them away and forget what I was going to do. So I did pick up a couple of these pretty little butterflies in frames. I really like the butterfly picture, but I don't care for this gold frame. So we're going to paint that. Also, I'm going to take off this, it's like a gold ribbon that they have on the back of that. So I'm going to take that off. I really don't care for that either. I don't really have anything, you know, to go with this gold. So we're just going to cut that off. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here in a second to hang these. So I'm just going to clip these off the back here. They're really stapled on there good. I tried pulling one off on the other one, but I couldn't get it off. So, oh, my birds are going kooky out there. So what I'm going to use to hang this after this is done is one of these regular, you know, little picture hooks. I'm just going to hot glue this back here. These are very light. They're made out of cardboard, the back of this, and the front is just this light, like plastic. So they're not heavy at all. So I think that should be fine. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back of this bee one. I love this picture. Isn't that cute? But this one has a hook like way down inside here. I don't even know how I would hang that unless I hung it with a ribbon or something. But I don't want to do that. So I'm hoping I can get one of these. Yeah, that should fit fine back there. One of these picture hooks back here too to do this one. Now for this one, I'm going to paint the frames of these with this Parisian gray. It's the this is Home Decor chalk paint. It's one of my favorite colors in the gray that they have. And the bee I'm actually going to do with the sheepskin on that frame. And that's like a real creamy white. It has like a yellow tint to it, whatever you want to say. But it's more of a creamy white. It's not like white. But that's what I'm going to do with that. Now these you can't take apart. Like I said, these are cardboard. So they're really kind of just glued together here somehow. I don't even know how. So you're going to have to paint that one the way it is. But the bee one, that one's just held together by two of these little clips, which is going to make my life so much easier to be able to take out this glass and the little, it's just a little picture in there. But that will be so much easier to paint that frame, taking that out. Alright, so first we're going to do this one here. I'll show this real quick. And I'm going to give this 2 coats. I'm just going to show you real quick what the color is going to look like. Just going to use one of these smaller Dollar Tree brushes and just paint this on here. And I'm not going to go all the way on the inside because that's painted white, so I'm just going to cover up the gold. And just kind of go down the edge of it like that. And I think 2 coats will be perfect on here. Well, actually I know it is because I already painted one of these. I have off to the side here. I'll show you that one when we're done. But yeah, but 2 coats, that covers this up really good, and I think that's going to look so much prettier. The sides you don't have to be quite as careful with. You just don't want to get a lot of it down on the inside of this frame. But that's going to be really pretty. And I'm going to add a little bit of the distressing ink to it just to give it a little more depth or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm just going to go around, paint this whole frame here. I know the glare on this is awful because I can't get it out and the lights are just shining on this thing, so I figure I'll just do most of this off camera just to get it painted up. And then also what I'm going to use to connect these pictures together here, I forgot to mention that. I kind of wanted these hanging. I know there's more of these, and when I find them I can add some more butterflies to this, but these are the only 2 that I could find right now. And if I don't, the 2 will be fine. But I'm going to make this so when I do come across the other pretty butterflies that I can just add it on. And I'm going to use, for this I'm going to use 2 of these tumbling tower blocks. These things come in handy for all kinds of things. And these are actually going to go fit right behind here nice like this, so I can glue the other picture down, you know, and connect them so they'll be, you know, hanging 2. So I'm also going to give this a couple coats of the gray chalk paint. Real easy. This is just a real easy little makeover project, I like to call them. You don't have to paint the ends because you're not going to see them. So we're just going to do these 3 sides here and let that dry, and then I'll give that another coat too. So then you're going to paint both of those with your gray paint. Sit there nice, and then that will be that. So let me set this aside here. I'll just show you the color of the other one, how that's going to look. And that one's going to be much easier to paint because it came apart nicely. All right, let me stick that in some water. Grab me another piece of... I save all of my mats that I use here on the table, and then I just rip them up and use them for under things like this. They get a lot of use, these little poster boards. All right, so this one, I already poured some of that out. What am I doing? I'm going to be using that sheepskin color. I kind of want to use a skinnier brush for that too, I think. It's just easier to control it. And I think that's going to look real pretty on here. Yeah, that'll be nice. And I'm sure this is going to be another, you know, it's going to need 2 coats. But it's nice that this comes out so you don't have to be quite as careful not to get it on your picture or whatever. So I was hoping those other ones would come out, but no. So I'm just going to paint this whole thing. I could have used a wider brush for this. I may get a wider one to finish it up. I'm just going to put 2 coats of that sheepskin on this frame. I'm also probably going to use a little bit of that distressing ink on here, and we'll see how that looks. I just like to add a little something so it's not just, you know, painted just a plain color or whatever. But I think that's going to look real pretty with this little bee picture. Yeah, I don't like these gold frames. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of all the pictures that my grandmother used to have in her house. Everything had like these shiny gold, ornate looking little frames and things. I don't know, maybe that's it. I don't know. But I don't care for the gold at all. Just doesn't go with anything. You know, unless you happen to have like gold accents in your bathrooms or whatever, because this is probably where my butterflies are going to be going in my downstairs bathroom. I figure that'll be nice for spring, summer, carry it right on through. Trying to get some more decorations done because now that the Christmas stuff is going away, it just is very, very blah. All right, so I'm going to paint that with 2 coats of this sheepskin color, and then after this stuff all dries, then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to put these 2 together and get my hooks on. All right, these guys are nice and dry now. This is the other one that I did that I painted, and I just love the way it looks with the gray. And I don't know if you can see it on there. I added a little bit of the distressing ink. It's hard to see on the camera. Just in the corners, around the edges a little bit, just to give it a little more definition. I'm just going to take this real stiff little brush here that I have. Of course, that's not going to show up here. And use that with my distressing ink. I use this stuff for everything. It's mainly, a lot of people use this just for like paper crafting and stuff, but I don't want too much on here. You can kind of rub it off if you get too much at one time, but just a little on the edges, and a little bit down the sides here. I just use my finger to smooth it out a little bit, but I don't want too much on here. Just a little bit to just give it a little something here. I always put just a little bit more on the corners. And that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna put on there. It's just that little bit of brown. I don't know if it's showing up. I can't see in this little view thing here on my camera. Now with this other one here that I did, I actually had to put 3 coats of that sheepskin on here to cover up that gold. Just wasn't looking very nice with just one, but I'm just going to do the same thing on here, just add a little bit of this brown, and this is the Tim Holtz Distressing Ink, and this is the Vintage Photo. That's my favorite one that I use for all kinds of stuff, but it just adds a little something to us. It's just not like, you know, just painted. Gives a little interest or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The word is just not coming to me, but well, maybe like a little antique-y look to it. that's good enough. A little more on my corners. All right, so that's all I'm going to do for that part. Now to put these little guys together, I haven't measured that yet. That is what I should have done. We're going to flip these over so they're facing in the right direction here. And I kind of wanted to measure, let me stick that brush in my little blocks here, of how far I want these to come in. I need to avoid those staples. Let's see, where did my handy dandy ruler go? I had a couple here a minute ago. I am losing these all the time. It's probably underneath this mess, but I don't want to mess with that glass too much. So I'm thinking 1.5 inches will do it. Nope, maybe not. Let me try that again. 1.25 inches. All right, let's mark that here on the back so I know where to put my things. We're just going to come in here, there, and then 1.25 inches here. And then same thing on the bottom of this one, I'm going to mark at 1.25 inches. And 1.25 inches. Here we go. So I'm going to put that on this side of that black mark on both sides, and we're just going to hot glue that down. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom of this and right here on the frame, so that has a nice good grip. Put that right there on my mark. And then we'll put the other one right over here. Put a little bit of glue here. We're going to put that one right on the inside of, I got to turn this so I can see where my little mark is. There we go. Right there, like so. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Put some hot glue here, and then actually I'm just going to put it on the frame here instead of trying to get it on the ends of those pieces of wood. And then hopefully that is going to fit pretty close to where my line is. That's a little crooked. There we go. Got it? Do we got it? There we go. All right, let me just hold that in place there for a second. Hopefully that's going to look nice and even. I got it right on my marks there. I'm just going to let that cool off for a second. We'll just leave that be. All right, well, while that's cooling off, I can put my bees back in here. Let's see. Oh, what do I got stuck back here? I don't know. All right, so let's put our little bee picture back in. There we go. And these just have those two little clips. You just push them back down like so. And there, I love that so much more with the light colored frame. But I also got these little wooden bees from Dollar Tree. Was it last week I got them? Yes, I got them last Friday. I picked up a few packs. You get 12 in each. I just dumped them all in a little sandwich bag, but that's the label that's on them. And they're just called Craftwood 3D Bees. And they have these little stickers on the bottom, like little foam stickers. But I took them off, and I'm going to put 4 of these little bees on here, and I just thought that would look really sweet. So I'm going to put a bee on each corner, because I just think these things are so darn cute, and this will just be a fun little spring and summer picture. There we go. They're so cute. These are really nice. I don't know if you guys have seen these yet. Let me hold one up here so you can see it up close. They're really, really cute. They're little wooden bees. I probably should have put my little clip on the back first, but yeah, that's probably what I should have done. All right, we're going to put one down here in that corner, and one right up here in this corner. There we go. Look at that. That's so cute. I love it. All right, let me let that cool off and I'll put that clip on the back. Now let's see. This is going to be the top here, so I'm going to glue on one of these hangers here. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of hot glue on top of that to hold it in place. Make sure it's bent out just a little bit like that. And let's see, let me measure this sucker. So these are like 5 inches. So right here, 2.5. Right about there will be the center. So I think that'll be good. Yeah, I just wanted this hook on here. I really didn't want to see, you know, actually you could put a little glue under that too and squish it down. But there, we're going to put that down there, and then we're going to put a bunch of glue right over top of that. But you're not going to see this. It's going to be in the back, but I just want to make sure it has a really nice hold. So that is that. Get all these webs off of here once that, whoops, once that cools off. I'll slide that over there, and then I should have done this before I put my little bees on, but they should be fine. But yeah, this thing is way down in here. You'd actually have to have a nail that stuck out quite far to hang that little baby up there. So let's see how wide this guy is here. He is 6 inches, just about 6 inches, so just around 3 there will do. Make sure I got it the right way. And then I'm just gonna glue that right back down on here. So put a little glue here, and a little glue here. Stick that down on top of it. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and then just put a bunch of glue over the ends of this to make sure it has a good hold. And this one I can even put a little bit underneath it. But this stuff is just plastic, so I don't want to try to like put a little nail or anything in it. So we're just going to hot glue them on there. Alright, so there we go. Once these all get cooled off, I'm going to hang them up, but oh, look at the glue webs. But anyway, look how cute that looks connected like that. I love this. And like I said, if I can find the other one, then I can just paint it gray, get a couple more of the tumbling blocks and put them down here and connect it, and then have 3. But the 2 will look just fine if I can't find them. I'm not too worried. It's still going to be really pretty. Alright, so let me let these sit here and cool off, and then I will hang them up and take a picture. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you liked this little project. I can't wait to hang these guys up, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.